The line between good and evil is permeable and almost anyone can be induced to cross it when pressured by situational forces. Academic success depends on research and publications. I started studying shyness in adults in 1972. Shyness operates at so many different levels. Out of that research came the Stanford Shyness Clinic in 1977. Being hurt personally triggered a curiosity about how such beliefs are formed. Careers in virtually all academic disciplines are fostered by being a superstar who knows more about one subject than anyone else in the world. That human behavior is more influenced by things outside of us than inside. The situation is the external environment. The inner environment is genes, moral history, religious training. I have been primarily interested in how and why ordinary people do unusual things, things that seem alien to their natures. Why do good people sometimes act evil? Why do smart people sometimes do dumb or irrational things? My early childhood prepared me to be a social psychologist. I grew up in a South Bronx ghetto in a very poor family. From Sicilian origin, I was the first person in my family to complete high school, let alone go to college. Bullies are often people who are shy and can't make friends easily, so, as the theme of the movie A Bronx Tale tells us, it is better to be feared if you can't be loved. Time perspective is one of the most powerful influences on all of human behavior. We're trying to show how people become biased to being exclusively past, present or future-oriented. At North Hollywood High School, I was shunned by everyone. I would sit down in the cafeteria, and students would get up from the table and walk away. They thought I was from the mafia. Prejudice and discrimination have always been a big part of my life. When I was 6, I got beat up and called Dirty Jew Boy because they thought I looked Jewish. Boys are 30% more likely than girls to drop out of school. In Canada, 5 boys drop out for every 3 girls. Girls outperform boys now at every level, from elementary school to graduate school. The level of shyness has gone up dramatically in the last decade. I think shyness is an index of social pathology rather than a pathology of the individual. Most of the evil of the world comes about not out of evil motives, but somebody saying get with the program, be a team player. This is what we saw at Enron. This is what we saw in the Nixon administration with their scandal. What happens when good people are put into an evil place? Do they triumph or does the situation dominate their past history and morality? Situational variables can exert powerful influences over human behavior, more so than we recognize or acknowledge. Bullies may be the perpetrators of evil, but it is the evil of passivity of all those who know what is happening and never intervene that perpetuates such abuse. Heroes are those who can somehow resist the power of the situation and act out of noble motives, or behave in ways that do not demean others when they easily can. One can't live mindfully without being enmeshed in psychological processes that are around us. There are no limits to what I would do to make my classes exciting, interesting, unpredictable. The Stanford prison experiment came out of class exercises in which I encouraged students to understand the dynamics of prison life. After doing psychology for half a century, my passion for all of it is greater than ever. Ideas for my first experiments in human aggression came from discussions we had in a research seminar about William Golding's Lord of the Flies.